Hey guys! Today, we're diving into something exciting, Kye Kelley's first run with Jangalang on 275s. If you thought his pro mod success was the only thing making waves, think again. Kye just took Jangalang into the no time 275 scene, and let me tell you, this car is an absolute monster. Now, if you've been following Kye's journey, you already know he had a killer performance at the US Street Nationals with Can't Get Right, his blown Camaro in pro mod trim. Not only did he clock some blistering 3.50-second runs, but he also took down none other than Stevie Fast Jackson, a name that carries some serious weight in the racing world. But Kye wasn't done there. Oh no, he had another ace up his sleeve, Jangalang, which he entered into no time 275 mainly for testing. And the results? Well, let's just say this wasn't just a test run, Jangalang made a statement. First time out, Kye Kelley took Jangalang all the way to the semifinals. That's right. A fresh setup, brand new adjustments, and still, he went deep into eliminations. Now, for those who don't know, no time 275 racing is one of the hottest, most competitive classes out there. The money is big, the competition is fierce, and to make it to the semis on your first go? That's no joke. But let's talk about what it takes to switch a car over to 275s, because this isn't as simple as swapping tires. Kye and his team had to go all in to make Jangalang work on these smaller tires. Here's what they had to do. Completely different rear end setup, a smaller tire means a whole new suspension strategy. You can't just bolt on some radials and hope for the best. Power management is everything. Engine modifications, Kye changed the pistons, adjusted the overdrive on the screw blower, and basically fine-tuned the entire powertrain to handle the new setup. Boost adjustments, in Pro Mod trim, you're limited to 92% overdrive on the screw blower. But in no-time racing, there are no limits. Kye cranked the overdrive up to 128%, possibly even 134%, meaning way more boost, way more power, and a completely different driving experience. And guess what? Jangalang handled it like a champ. You might be wondering, why would Kye even bother running 275s when he's already dominating Pro Mod? Well, here's the deal. 275 no-time racing is a gold mine. The payouts in no-time racing are getting huge. Just ask Justin Swanstrom, who's been racking up wins and stacking serious cash. A few months ago, he made over $250,000 in one weekend between a grudge race and an event win. That's right, $250,000 just from doing what he does best. Proving that NPK cars can run on radials. A lot of people think NPK, no prep kings, cars are only built for no prep, but Kye and Swanstrom are proving that's not the case. With some modifications, these cars can be extremely competitive on radials. The setup just works. Even though Jangalang and other NPK cars weren't designed for radial racing, they actually perform surprisingly well. The engine placement, chassis dynamics, and overall design seem to translate better than expected when switching over to radial tires. And that's huge. Because if these NPK-style cars continue to do well in radial racing, we might see even more crossover between no-prep and no-time events. Now, here's where things get interesting. We know Kye Kelley has his hands full with Can't Get Right and his Pro Mod racing. So, the big question is, will he keep Jangalang and continue running 275 events, or will he sell it and focus solely on Pro Mod? Honestly, I hope he keeps it. This car has serious potential, and Kye has already proven he can run with the best of them. There's a lot of big money no-time races coming up, and I'd love to see Kye go head-to-head with the heavy hitters in this class. Either way, one thing is clear, Kye Kelley is a force to be reckoned with, no matter what class he races in. Jangalang's first outing on 275s was a major success. Making it to the semifinals on the first try is a huge deal, especially against some of the fastest no-time racers in the game. So, what's next? More races? More money on the line? Or will Kye cash out and let Jangalang go to a new owner? What do you think? Should Kye keep Jangalang and continue racing 275 no-time events, or should he focus entirely on Pro Mod and NPK? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And if you love Street Outlaws content, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got a lot more to cover. Dear friends, the U.S. Street Nationals is one of the most anticipated drag racing events of the year, featuring the best racers in Outlaw Pro Mod competition. This year, all eyes were on Kye Kelley, the Street Outlaws legend, as he went up against Stevie Fast Jackson, one of the most dominant figures in professional drag racing. Their first round matchup was nothing short of spectacular, and Kelley's victories sent shockwaves through the racing world. Kelley's Can't Get Right Camaro went head-to-head with Jackson's Shadow, producing one of the tightest and most exciting races of the season. In an event stacked with elite competitors, Kelley proved that he can run with the best of them, solidifying his reputation as a serious contender in pro mod racing. But what made this win so significant? Let's break it down. Kye Kelley's first round matchup with Stevie Fast Jackson was a true test of skill, reaction time, and raw horsepower. Going up against one of the most accomplished racers in pro mod history, many considered Kelley the underdog. But anyone who has followed Street Outlaws knows that Kelley is a natural-born racer who thrives under pressure. He got Jackson on the tree. In drag racing, reaction time is everything, and Kelley's quick reflexes gave him the edge from the start. This was a critical factor in his victory. He outran one of the best. Stevie Fast Jackson is no stranger to winning, and his experience in high-stakes races is unmatched. But Kelley's car was dialed in perfectly, and he held off Jackson to take the win, proving Street Outlaws can compete with the best. Many people doubt whether No Prep Kings, NPK, racers can keep up with pro mod veterans, but Kelley's performance at U.S. Street Nationals proved that these guys are here to compete at the highest level. With this win, Kelley advanced to the second round, further cementing his place among the elite racers in the field. Though he was eliminated in round 2, the impact of his victory over Stevie Fast could be felt throughout the event. With the World Series of Pro Mod coming up in March, where a massive $150,000 is on the line, Kelley and his team are riding high on confidence. If his performance at U.S. Street Nationals is any indication, he will be a major threat at the upcoming event. One of the biggest questions surrounding Kye Kelley's success in Outlaw Pro Mod is whether his third-gen Camaro is truly built for this type of competition. Unlike traditional Pro Mod cars, which are designed with optimal wheelbase, weight distribution, and motor placement, Kelley's Can't Get Right Camaro wasn't originally intended for this level of racing. Pro Mods typically have a longer wheelbase to help with stability at high speeds, while Kelley's Camaro is only 104 inches, which could make it harder to handle on the big stage. Many have argued that lighter cars like Kelley's have an advantage, but the reality is that his car doesn't have the same optimal design as other Pro Mod builds. Despite this, he is making it work and proving people wrong. At the end of the day, racing is about more than just specs. It's about tuning, reaction time, and execution. Kelley's team has found a way to maximize their setup and compete with full-fledged Pro Mod builds. The bottom line? It doesn't matter if the car was originally built for this level of racing, Kye Kelley is proving that he can make it work. With the World Series of Pro Mod coming up, Kelley has an opportunity to build on his momentum and chase the $150,000 prize. He has already shown that he can take down one of the biggest names in the sport, and now it's time to see if he can put together a full event-winning performance. Meanwhile, his no-time 275 car Jangalang is still in the running, with Daniel Ferris behind the wheel. If Jangalang pulls off a win, it would be another huge victory for Team NOLA and the Street Outlaws movement. As Kelley continues to race in both No Prep Kings and Pro Mod events, one thing is clear. He is not just a Street Outlaw star, he is becoming a serious contender in professional drag racing.